What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Excited to be bringing you round 2 coverage of my first tournament ever in the Waco Annual Charity Open. Big thanks to Steven Tippett for following me around and filming this. It was super nice of him to offer, so super grateful for that. And let's jump right into it. Hole 1 had a pretty good throw. Again, almost in the identical spot here in round 1. And again, just not super confident going off the first putt. And something here coming off of hole 2 that I'm definitely going to be working on is that right foot. I'm planning it too forward and not perpendicular to my target. And thus I think I'm losing a lot of power and probably consistency. And this is a undertaker that I didn't want to throw. I threw it straight out of bounds long. Just a wrong disc selection and then not able to capitalize there. And carding a bogey on the second hole, so I'm 1 over going into hole 3 here, where you can see I'm taking a force on a hyzer level. Again, that right foot, need to work on that. Something I think more with the mobility more than anything. So I'm definitely working with Seth from Disc Golf Strong and trying to get that better. And there's the Scoober. The Scoober is back. I think it gives me a good option of giving those longer putts a good run. And as you could see, I missed a little bit above the basket. I only had a 10-foot putt tap in. And now we're in the woods here on hole number 4. I kind of pulled it to the right a little bit and it ricocheted off to the left. And now I'm just kind of trying to put myself in a layup position, scrambling on the first hole, already 1 over. That's not where I want to be. And for you guys that know, my goal was trying to shoot even par in one of the 3 rounds. And going into this round, I knew that this was my last chance to do that. So putting a little pressure on myself. And that I just kind of shot a little bit out to the left. It was kind of the perfect flight. Just started a little bit too left. And now I have this putt for my bogey, I believe. And that is just not going to cut it. And I tap in there for a 6. So now I'm 3 over through 4 going into 5, which is just a meteor shot. Going to throw it on a little hyzer. It's going to flip up to flat and then fade a little bit. So it gives me a good look here at birdie. Circle 1 option. This is basically the same distance as I had on hole 1. A little bit more of a confident stroke here. You can actually see me pushing off my left foot and getting up on the right side. Again, not where I probably want to make it. Low right chains, but a birdie's a birdie. I'll take that all day. Puts me back at 2 over now. Through 5. Now we're on hole number 6, throwing my jawbreaker zone, and that I wanted to be a little bit more right of that, but it ended up being all right. So showing you guys a little bit of the slow motion here. Something I'm going to be working on too is just keeping that nose angle down. That wasn't terrible there, but definitely something I need to work on, especially when I'm starting to throw discs at a higher velocity. The wrist snap tends to flip the nose angle up, and there's a birdie 2 in a row. It puts me at 1 over going to hole number 7 here. I absolutely piped this in round 1, so I'm feeling confident going into this tee shot. I got my buzz, and again, just a little bit early, I think, of a release, but was able to get out in the open. And this time, I'm not throwing it back in. I'm going with the forehand back to my jawbreaker zone. This is the beat in one, and I'm just trying to give myself a putt. And I end up doing that. Hits this tree right here and just sets down. Has about like a 15-footer or so. Going to give me a tap in. So that's my first ever turkey in my career. 3 birdies in a row. I'm back at even par on my nemesis hole, number 8. It's only 213 feet, but for whatever reason, I never was able to hit the gap. And so hitting the gap there today, super excited. Just outside of circle 1. And this is one of those putts that I definitely was struggling in the tournament because I'm thinking, you can see it's a death putt. If I miss, I'm thinking about, man, I could have it roll all the way down there. And so I'm not really putting with the confidence. So I just tap in for par there. But you'll see that is something that kind of is a reoccurring theme throughout this round of just not putting with confidence on those longer putts. And here I take the undertaker on hole number 8. Honestly, I'm not too upset with my form a little bit. It's just that right foot. Really, that's really all I need to work on right now. Obviously, there's a little bit of a lowering of the disc, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. And I've got the get freaky zone here, just laying that up to a good spot. This is a really, really difficult par 4 if you don't get down there on your drive. And the Scoober's coming out again. I'm actually taking the Jawbreaker zone at it this time. And honestly, I thought it was a good run. Needed to throw it probably a little bit higher, but I couldn't because there was a low ceiling there. So just tapped in for my par there on hole 9, which honestly is not a bad score on number 9. And here on number 10, I'm unleashing the Hades. Let me tell you guys, if you're looking for a distance driver, I absolutely love this. I can release it on a hyzer, which is really similar to the angle that I would release in Ultimate. And it just flips up pretty nicely, gets pretty good distance. I mean, this is a 591-foot hole, and I'm definitely inside of 200 feet here. So that was pushing, 500 feet. So felt pretty good. Good little layup there. And I have this easy tap in here on hole 10 to get my birdie. And just want to show you that I am focusing no matter what on all these putts because every stroke counts. And at this point, I have battled back to get to 1 under par. Now moving on to hole number 11, 279 par 3. Again, going with that meteor. Very similar shot to an earlier hole. And again, just throwing it kind of on a hyzer, letting it go to flat. And that's almost in a perfect spot. On the bottom of this hill, I can go up to the basket, attack it with a good follow through, and cash in for another birdie. That's 5 on the round, which is already more than round 1. And now I'm sitting at 2 under par. Hole 12, probably the most difficult hole for me on the course. It requires 2 really, really phenomenal shots. And I got away with one there. I think I threw my Onyx. And you can see I always just end up on the right-hand side of the fairway, and it gives you really no look into this green. And I'm just throwing a meteor on an anhyzer, kind of skips around, and this is the shot I want back right here. You can see it ding and just go straight left. I need to get that up and down all the time. That's not that difficult of a shot. I need to get that up and down, and now it puts me over here where I have no chance at par, and really I'm just scrambling to try to get something through, which I did a good job of, to give me a tap-in bogey. So now I'm back at 1 under. That one was not a good forehand. And this one, as you'll see, not a good forehand. I mean, I'm just saying there's 1 tree to miss. That's what I'm telling myself. There's literally 1 tree to miss. And this is like a gimme hole. I mean, everyone's been eating this hole up, getting birdies on it all tournament. And I'm just struggling. You can just see the form when it comes to like trying to generate a lot of distance. It's not there. It's definitely not there. And now I have this putt, 36, 37 feet when it's windy to try to save par. And I almost cash it in, just high left chains, you can see. But again, I made a switch here. I'm confidently putting now. I'm going for these. No longer am I worried about, if I miss, I might have a little bit of a comebacker. I'm running everything because I know I'm trying to get to that even par. And right there, that's 2 bogeys in a row that are super unfortunate. It puts me back to even par. And again, another forehand that is just, I got to figure that out. And this is the Scoober heard around the world from about 70 feet. I don't even know, 79 feet. I don't even know how far that was. But, it's just the throw, man. It's for me, it's right now, it gives me a good chance at making it. And if I miss, I have a tap in. And I'd much rather, go with that than, trying to run something here and have it get away from me. And now I have a 25 footer or so to save my par. And here's just a beautiful slow motion shot of it just coming right down. You can see it's just dropping straight down out of the sky. And also I love it because if it hits chains, it's almost always going in because it hits and just goes straight down. And I've got the double Tiger Woods fist pump going. You can see Terry over there filming and just beating the chest like Donkey Kong. I was feeling it because I knew I was 1 under at this point, and I had a couple difficult holes coming up. There's Drew Gibson showing me some love. And I knew that was a big, big putt that I desperately needed at that time. And here's another easy par 4. Just get something out there. You can tell I'm not really feeling my forehand. That was a B-, C+ effort at best. I'm just forcing something to try to keep it in bounds. I'm not really trusting my form yet. And now I have this easy little upshot here with the backhand. Again, another upshot that I should be getting that inside of 15, 20 feet every time. And I didn't. Obviously, I didn't even make it inside of circle one. Definitely something that I will be working on a lot of because there's really just no excuse for that. I want to give myself good birdie looks, and I wouldn't consider that really a good birdie look. So par putt here to clean up, focusing like always because, 1 under par, need to keep it going. And here we are on hole 16 now. And this is just a let it rip one. And honestly, I love that. I loved everything about that, except I just threw it so low. I didn't give it enough time to really get a full flight. And this is another throw that I would desperately love to have back. Just such an easy forehand. There's nothing there. Probably the wrong disc selection. Probably should have gone with the buzz. A little bit probably too far for the zone. And I'm just that was kind of a half go layup attempt, really, honestly. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. And here's a forehand that, I don't know. I didn't throw it that hard, but it kind of went far, which was nice. And just slowly got in. And I'm loving that because it was close. And this is where, man, if you're a top pro watching this and you got forehand advice for me, I am all ears because I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like I'm chopping down on it too much. I feel like I have the wrist snap, but there's just something missing. And once I figure it out, I think it'll just be a game changer for me moving on. So moving forward, still 1 under, and that was just a shank and a half. That's the nose up, man. The nose up, and it'll get you every time. And now I have this as my third shot coming into this difficult par 4, throwing the Raptor. And I really like that. Honestly, I love everything about it. I just didn't trust it enough. I needed to throw it further left, and I just didn't trust it. And so just inside the barrier here of OB, I got this putt, hole 17. I know that I got hole 18 coming up, and I would love to be 1 under going into hole 18. And this is to say that, and it's just a little short. Oh, and there I am walking. I'm thinking right now, I'm even par, hole 18. I bogeyed this yesterday. Just get a shot in the fairway and give me a chance. And I threw it out there. Obviously, I'm not going for the pin here, but perfect layup spot. And this is another one that's just drive it low into that hill, have a tap in, get home, and I just sail it. I immediately know I threw it way too high. And exactly where I didn't want to be. I have a death putt from about 34 feet, 35 feet. And as soon as I threw it, I knew it. I just don't think I committed. You see me kind of open my chest a little bit. I just didn't commit to the shot, didn't drive through it, and it just floated on me. And now I'm thinking, oh, snap. I'm even par. I have a death putt from outside a circle. And I know it's time to man up, man. Yeah, about 36 feet here. If I miss this is going in the water. And I just cash it. And I think that putt right there was worth everything that tournament, all the ups and downs, because that putt right there is something that I can go back to in my memory bank and know I can do it. I can drain a huge pressure putt with, the water behind, everything all the pressure in the world right there. And I made it, and obviously that was for 80th place. It wasn't like I was, putting for a world championship, but in my mind, that's what it was. I knew the number was even par, and I was putting like this was a make or break putt. And I think that's what you got to do. So a lot of things I learned from this tournament, a lot of things I'm going to take on into my training and work on the field, on the course, in the gym. But overall, man, what an experience. I absolutely love it. Thank you for the Disc Golf Pro Tour for allowing me to be the sponsor pick into the tournament and being on the feature card as well. Again, thanks to Steven for filming this for me. That was so nice of him, and I can share it to you guys. And this will not be the last time you see me in a golf tournament. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep slinging them discs.